All right, lady. You do know this is basically just a modern equivalent of a drug den, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that's what all this is supposed to
Don't let
be.
Nick spend too much time with Amari down in that lab of hers.
All right, all right, all right. Let's just get this over with. Now I finally can do this. Are we ready, Doc?
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find.
Uh-huh.
Just hold on.
That's a stupid idea.
The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary.
Uh-huh.
I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Turn down the goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep!
All 5 states have now signed on, which means...
I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked?
Remember, you
I
are
think now she
experiencing
wanted
these
me to
memories
kill
as
him.
Kellogg.
I
This may
should have.
prove disorienting at first.
Instead, I ended up running away. I told my dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
Dad,
I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules.
wait.
But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. It doesn't matter now, though.
all citizens of the new California Republic.
Mom knew how it was. She
Uh-huh.
wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way.
Uh-huh.
And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then.
It's gonna take some getting used to for a lot of people.
What a joke.
Waiting for this day for a
What's it mean, Mom?
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days. Like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop sending you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio, all useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise.
I didn't know he was from California.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
I never knew he was from the NCR. I've never really paid attention to what the hell's going on here.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez. I could write my own ticket to any outfit in town. It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while. It's gonna be fine. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second. You'll see. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should... I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it.
Yep.
Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever.
Yep.
It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after,
Let's keep looking.
that you really
I'll
understand.
connect you to the next
That's what
Okay.
happiness felt like.
I did not know I could just skip on ahead.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know,
I found another
they
memory
died
to try.
like
I'll connect
dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
Okay.
Mind if we...
There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. They just took it as part of the job. A little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another.
Okay.
I don't remember much from that time. It all kind of blends together. There was almost always a bar, though. That's universal. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe. Suit yourself. There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. There was always a job for someone like me.
Well, we seem to be getting
Didn't
closer.
matter what it was.
Try this
Uh-huh.
Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me. What can I do for you?
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me. What can I do for you?
What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I
I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world.
Uh-huh.
And the world had it coming.
Uh-huh.
You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right.
Uh-huh.
They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything.
Mm-hmm.
They had the resources I needed. And I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Which suited me just fine. So, you're with the Institute. The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute.
Okay.
It's getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Cryogenic stasis.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really. The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me.
Uh-huh.
But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it.
Vault computers are still...
The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me.
Look at that sexy some bitch right there.
Working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just find it. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but I never like to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but still human. Not this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
Pod C6. Down the...
I never knew why.
Wait, they were
wouldn't just
alive?
Freeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. Guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
All near the end.
Oh.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long.
Okay, so they're the ones who
Found
defrosted.
another intact memory. Whenever you're ready. Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory, so...
Wasn't my
good news, I
idea
think.
to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back.
Yeah, now you're dead.
I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long. This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
Oh boy. Piper has really done it this time. I mean, I'm not saying she's right, but...
Kellogg. It's okay. The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did.
Really?
But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. One of these days, you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
It's all over, but the dreaming.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Okay.
Kellogg, I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Get me the hell out of here. I did not know he was from the NCR. I've never known that.
And nobody's crying but me.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before.
Yep.
It's all over, but the dreaming. Poor little dreams that keep trying to come true.
How do you feel?
Craptacular.
I'm okay, Doctor. Thank you.
That's good, but I want you to keep monitoring yourself. We have to be sure there's no long-term damage. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
Teleport.
There's more than one person who knows about the Institute. Virgil, that scientist who escaped.
I didn't know Institute scientists could defect. This changes everything. He could answer all sorts of questions. But where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea?
Sounds like
That
it.
can't be right. No one would risk going there, not even to hide.
Perfect place.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
I'll find him.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Coolio.
New clients right downstairs.
Hey, Nick.
Nick.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. I was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
Nick?
Nick, are you still in there?
What? What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Nothing. Never mind.
If you say so. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
We have to head into the glowing sea. Any advice?
I'm a synth, so radiation isn't much of an issue for me, but an old suit of power armor might just be the guardian angel you're looking for.
I already got one.
You could buy up all the Rad-X and Rad-Away you can find from any chem dealer who's got it in stock.
I'll see you around, Nick.
Good luck out there. You know where to find me.
I sure do, buddy.
We should head over to the Nakano residence when we can. Find out what their case is about.
Can do, buddy. Right now, let's get the main campaign over and done with. And I'll see all of you in the next episode. Goodbye. We are going to the glowing sea. Because of course we are.